Hey guys, it's Amy Earnhardt and my husband Dale Jr. We're here in the Dirty Mo Media Studios for our second episode of Bless Your Hardt.
Hey everybody, it's Dale Jr. and we are back again after a week off with another episode of Bless Your Hardt with my wife Amy.
How's it going, honey?
Yeah, it's going good.
You seem a little on one this morning.
Yeah, I think honestly, to come in here and do the podcast, like the energy is important.
Yes, it is.
And so I don't, and so I try to like kind of find a way to get in that mood before I come on to do dirty air and stuff like that. But sometimes it don't always happen. But
well, I'm glad Mike was in here this morning to elevate your mood.
We had a good 10 minutes warm up of giving each other a hard time. I don't know, that's part of my personality. Yeah. I can't shake it.
Well, yeah, I know, and it really never shows its face until it's like in your face. Yeah. There's no lead up, like, oh, he might be ornery today, until like you're just blatantly on a roll.
Yeah, and like I don't like talking about myself, but I think I do want to talk about this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What?
So, listen, when I come into the room and I get like that, I'm not really mad, and I'm not really annoyed.
You just want attention?
I just want, not attention, I just want, I was mad at Mike because he didn't stay for the Daytona 500, but his daughter's 16th birthday is this week, and so he came home to do that, but then I turn on the Instagram, and he's in here putting a ball around on the floor during the rain delay Sunday, and I thought, well, damn, I thought you went home for your kid's birthday, but you're...
So you thought he was just home playing and goofing off?
I'm just like, man, we're all in this emotional moment down here in Daytona, and he's a very, very important part of all of it, right? And sometimes I get this idea that he's sort of removed himself from the racing side of it, working on the media side of it and Dirty Mo Media, and he's less how the racing goes up, how it performs, good or bad, or how our seasons flow, are less important in terms of, he wants his whole focus is Dirty Mo Media, right? That's a whole nother conversation, which I think that's great. I want Dirty Mo Media to succeed, and I was like, gosh, I wish he would have stayed, but I'm not really mad. I want him to be home for his daughter. But he opens the door for me to give him a little bit of a hard time.
I think he likes it. He loves the banter between the two of you.
But
you guys are like brothers.
I guess I don't want people that were in this room, or even Mike or you, and maybe you know me by now, but I'm not really annoyed.
I know, Dale. I tried to tell you this last time we had this conversation, is you like drama, and you refuse to admit that.
Something about that, for me, is actually fun.
Exactly. You like to poke at people, and you like drama. Yeah. And Mike is smiling, and so you feel like
I'm trying to say something that might make Dalton laugh or Tim's laugh.
Yeah.
Or
you're clowning everybody. Yes. I see you. I have seen you for years.
All right. Well, I don't want anybody to think that I'm genuinely a jerk or just really, really annoyed with Mike.
Mike's the only one you need to talk to about that. Just make sure his feelings aren't hurt, because y'all are both sensitive to the nth degree.
He's fine. I mean, it's okay if he's not sure what's going on, but
you like leaving him hanging out a little bit.
Well, I mean, I will make sure that he knows it's not personal, but I think he knows.
Okay, yeah, that's right. He's been around for a while, so he should know.
I give him a hard time, but that's kind of part of my personality.
I know.
So, but yeah, we're feeling good about that.
I feel fine.
Yeah. So we took a week off because we were in Daytona.
We did. Daytona was an epic event of itself.
First off, the first show, I was really happy with it.
Yeah.
I thought the reaction to it was better than I expected. I thought people were like, because I thought a lot of people were, I'll read social comments sometimes, and when we announced about the show, they were like, Dirty Mo Media's got so much stuff, more stuff now.
Where did you read that?
Just listen. Just hear me out.
This is why I'm not reading comments.
Right,
and I'm not on X or Twitter.
And they're like, well, there's some people that are like, not sure what this was going to be about, and I think a lot of people that listened were really, really happy and surprised with the nature of the conversation and the tone, and it's completely different than other stuff that I do on Dirty Mo Media, so I don't see it as a sort of this repetition of a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's just the same conversation around racing over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for us, if it's a completely different audience that likes this, that's good. That's okay.
Sure.
Everybody that listens to or watches our content around, like, for example, Dirty Air, if they don't want to, if this ain't their cup of tea, that's fine. We're not really trying to go after them. They're already in the tent, But I was really happy with the way people reacted to it, and especially a lot of people people we know.
Yeah, so I'm careful to read the comments. I'll read a couple, and then
but you got
I'm
text messages from friends.
I did.
We both did. We were in those group texts. People were going. People were texting me and saying, "I listened to that. That was awesome."
Yeah, they think it's funny. I'm glad. That's all I'm hoping for, is that we can just banter and be our, kind of talking selves, and people will enjoy that, because we talk in sarcasm most of the time.
Yes.
And
we had we did have Daytona that kept. So we didn't even do a show. We could have done a show if we tried. We could have found some time to throw an hour together, but
it would have been very hard.
It wouldn't have been fun. We built this little basic space right here. This is our corner. These are our chairs.
Our space is in progress.
I don't like doing. I get very stubborn or kind of locked in on, like, I'm doing it here or nowhere. Like our Dirty Air too. Like, I want that table and I want it exactly in that position, and I want to be right. That's where I'm doing it, and there's no other option.
Yeah. Like
for example, today it was snowing this morning and nobody was driving, and we were trying to figure out how our kids weren't going to school. We got one with a fever, and how can we get somebody to be at the house to watch them while we come here to this show, right? We were thinking, maybe we'll do the show tomorrow. Maybe we won't do the show. But and we weren't going to do it on the couch at our house.
Yeah. I don't really.
I wanted it to be here.
Yeah, I did too. So to your point, I think the environment needs to be stable for it to be.
So we didn't do one last week because we were in Daytona.
Right. Because there's just always a lot going on when we're at the racetrack.
And we did have a lot going on in Daytona. What did you think about all that?
I thought it was incredible. I really didn't understand the magnitude.
Really?
Forgive me. No, I don't. I'm not in this building. No. Not Daytona, the 500. Just JRM having a car in that race, until I got to the racetrack on Wednesday night, and then got to go to the garage and see.
You weren't going to go. I made you go. You're like, I'm not going.
I just always feel like I'm in the way. I've always felt like that going to the racetrack with you. I didn't want to sit on the pit box because I was in the way. I mean, these guys are working, and I don't need to be in that space just looking around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like a race fan, and I feel like I'm in the way. It's just, as far as it goes, I don't think past that. I just don't want to be a nuisance in the way, look like I'm trying to get attention. Mm-hmm. And I was excited that I went, because I got to meet some people that you worked with that I hadn't met before. Everyone's just always like so nice and full of stories and all of that. I got choked up with hearing the stories from all the guys about, just full circle moments. It really got me choked up because they were so emotional and so excited about it. But it was cool. I mean, I'm excited for JRM. I hope that you guys can do that again. And even Justin and his parents, they were all so nervous, but it was cool to see that. And I'm glad you talked me into going.
Yeah.
But I also took the kids to Disney the next morning, so it was kind of my only shot to really,
how was Disney?
See it before. Disney was good. I went with Tamala Majors, TJ's wife, and she plans Disney trips.
That's her job.
It's like a side job.
Yeah, so she works from home, helping plan trips for other families.
She does that as like a side hustle, because she's gone to Disney her entire life and just loves Disney so much. So anyway, she's like taking the sensei with you. I had no worries except for just what type of temper tantrums our kids were going to throw. Yes. So it was easy. It was fun. And the girls had a blast. We walked literally 10 miles a day.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
And I had a 3 kids in a double bob stroller pushing them around. So like really got a good workout in, I feel like. But we got to do everything we wanted to do, and it was successful.
I saw this video that Tamala took on a roller coaster with Nicole. And
yes. So we went on this like small little roller coaster in Magic Kingdom.
she filmed it. So you see Nicole go through this experience, and you can see. I want to play it.
Hang on, we'll get going.
You see this look on 4-year-old Nicole's face of, I know I'm supposed to be excited about this. Tamala says this is going to be great. I think this is going to be great. But then as she's sort of coming up on hills and the movement, and she's like sees things and gets scared.
Yeah.
And then gets happy and then scared again. Like you can see all this
the
emotion.
literally the roller coaster emotion she's on.
Literally, you kind of
never been in anything where her stomach's felt like that, right? And she's a daredevil anyway, so she was excited to do it, even though she could see the ride before she got on.
That was that watching that video, man, I was so jealous.
Yeah.
Or I wanted to be. I was like, gosh, man, I wish I was Tamala, right, riding beside her. But that point of view was just amazing to see. It
was impressive. She was able to hold her phone like that and take that video. I was riding with Isla, which it was her first time.
In the row behind them.
I was in the car behind him. So
that's what I mean.
Madeline and who else was with us? Madeline and Stella rode together behind Tamala. So I was like even further back. But Isla had never ridden one either. But I'd have my phone in my backpack. I didn't think to sit there and videotape her like that. She enjoyed it just as much. She had her arms up. She was woohooing with me. It was fun. It was really fun.
Well, you got back to the racetrack on Saturday morning, and we went out for intros for our Xfinity teams. We watched that whole process. Sunday, same thing, went out for intros, went through the whole process of the pre-race.
That pre-race was crazy, though.
Yeah, on Sunday.
Right, the president was there, so everything was locked down. It was just, wild. It's a perfect word for it.
Yeah.
It's always very intense. There's always so many people, and in a good way.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. You can't really, I can't compare the energy to anything. We've been to Super Bowls with NBC to do things like that.
Yeah.
It's comparable, but it's just so much bigger.
Yeah, the president came to the race, and it made everything like 10 times more challenging. All of the drivers were late to the drivers' meeting.
Yep.
So the drivers' meeting begins, and we're standing there they had the chairs for all the drivers. They had all their names labeled on the chairs for where they would sit. And we're standing there, and the drivers' meeting starts, and only about 40% of the drivers were there.
We got there 30 minutes early thinking we were going to be early, and we were not. The room was
not
packed.
Early enough. Yeah.
Everyone had the same idea except for the drivers.
And any gate that you went through, that you had walked through with a just flashing your hard card your entire life, was a 75 to 100 person long check.
Yeah.
Where they're like wanding you and buzzing you, walking through.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
You had to take your belt off, your hat, your glasses, all the things.
And we got done with the drivers' meeting, and we're like, okay, typically you get out of the drivers' meeting, you got a few minutes. You're like, all right, we'll run back to the camper and grab the kids or whatever and head to intros. And they're like, don't go that way. You'll have to get scanned again. You should go this way. You won't have to get scanned. Well, and so it was just
we had to go out and get scanned again. Yeah, to go get the kids.
Oh my gosh.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of people didn't make it in for intros because of that.
Yeah, they were like a sea of people out in front of the racetrack not able to get in because it was taking so long to scan people and check things. And gosh.
You can't really prepare for that type of process,
It was wild. But the race was great. We had some rain delays and stuff like that, but
rain delays are fun.
Hung in there.
Rain delays always
are not fun.
They're not fun, but
truthful.
They enable.
I don't mind them so much, but I know it's probably like you're ready to go home. You got kids to get to school and
I don't know. Like, I've learned to just make the best of it. We used to play card games or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I got on my phone and started. I had taken pictures of, and I know this is not your favorite thing. Took a picture of RC's rear end while we were standing there in the drivers' meeting, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is kind of fun. It's a fun challenge.
Yeah.
I'm going to see how many pictures of these butts I can get and see if I can get anybody on social media to guess whose rear end it is.
I come in there to sit down and you're like scheming and laughing and
Well,
I'm like, what is going on? And you're like, I took a bunch of pictures of everybody's asses, and I'm going to do a guess the ass game on Instagram, unless you think it's...
Well, I showed him to you, and I wanted you to help me, and you're like...
I can't. You were like, think of
I need clues.
A clue for Josh Berry. And I'm like, I'm a fruit was like the only thing I could think of. Or you thought of that. And then you're like, think of a clue for Michael Waltrip. And I'm like, I just can't do this.
I know. I was texting with Tim, and he was helping me.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. I mean, I hope I didn't offend anybody.
No,
Corey LaJoy responded, and he didn't mind.
Chiming in.
I had a lot of interaction. There was all these. So my following on Instagram is like 30 to 50-year-old women for the most part. And so I know my audience, and I played into it. And they knew exactly who all of these men's butts were. RC's comments were amazing.
Yeah.
Yes. A lot of meows, a lot of things like that. And Corey LaJoy, too. His picture was blurry, and people knew what his butt was. So I thought it was fun. But I don't know. I'm weird like that. I wasn't doing it for anything other than just pure humor.
I thought it was fine. I thought it was good.
You got a little jealous.
Yeah, of course. I didn't see my picture of my ass on there.
You had your shirt out, and I tried. I told you I tried. I was going to even just lift it up and take a picture, but
well,
no, you were not available. Your butt wasn't available that day.
All right. Well, that was Daytona was great. We got home, right back to reality.
Yeah.
Sick kids and school delays and snow. It's been snowing all week. It's crazy.
I mean, I really like it.
Doesn't. I don't mind it, but
it's hard to prepare for anything.
Hard to prepare, but we don't usually get snow.
Yeah.
Like for a steady day and a half, 2 days.
No, it's a surprise for sure.
It is a bit of a surprise, but we're doing it. We're having fun. Kids are going to sled later today. I was thinking about putting Isla behind the gator and towing her around real slow.
So the last time you did that, I was on the sled with her, and we slid underneath.
I know.
The buggies.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to be careful.
We did do that.
But she remembers doing that. She was talking about it earlier. She's like, you don't remember when we went down the hill by by Whiskey River? I was like, yes, I do.
Maybe I'll take her to a hill and tow her up and let her sled down and tow her up. Just do that for
You can do it by the little track.
Yeah. Yes, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's a big hill. What we missed talking about Valentine's Day. We kind of missed Valentine's Day altogether.
What Valentine's Day? Oh my gosh. That just came and went.
Yeah, it sure did.
Damn.
Valentine's Day was canceled at our house, I guess. The girls got Valentine's.
Yeah.
But you and I didn't.
No. So
I actually bought you candy.
Usually.
But I didn't give it to you because you didn't do anything. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep this for myself.
Usually we go, so when we were having Valentine's Day in the past, we would be in Daytona for Speed Weeks, and we would basically take ourselves to the local gas station and individually, one at a time, run in and get or drugstore.
Yeah, Kenny would drive us to the Walgreens or something.
This was our tradition.
Yeah.
And we would go in there and get stuff. It's just the cheesy,
sack of junk.
This cheesy Valentine's crap out of the drugstore.
Yeah.
And then give it to each other.
In the bus. We'd surprise each other. Yeah. Do you remember the year that, I think it was, I forget which PR guy it was.
I wasn't sure I wasn't sure how much Valentine's Day was necessary.
Well, I mean, I don't feel like it's a super important holiday, but I guess we should do something to acknowledge our love for each other. Maybe we should go to dinner.
I'm doing that every day.
Oh, yeah. Spreading the love.
I know. It's hard to make it's hard. I'm doing it so well every day.
You sure are.
It's hard to make one day stand out.
Enveloped in love all day.
It's hard to make this one day stand out amongst the others. They're so amazing.
You're nuts.
I know.
And whiny.
We went and had a fantasy football dinner where we took our trophy and celebrated our winner. You have a fantasy football league. You guys probably do 4 to 6 dinners a year.
We try.
The calendar year, right?
It's not usually the full group.
It's a rough
average, but we try to get together.
Yeah,
yes,
y'all get together. Me and my guys, we get together once, maybe twice. We might we might get together and pre-drink the season, and then we're going to celebrate the champion. And we finally got together. We had postponed our dinner for a couple different reasons. People couldn't get there, or the champion couldn't make, or whatever. Right? Yeah. So we finally had our dinner. We went to this bar that's literally at the end of my driveway. It's 4 miles from the house, and it was great. We had beers, and then we came home, and and I didn't feel any less unwound, honestly, after that was over with.
When we had our fantasy football crowning dinner, I was out till like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, I didn't feel any more unwound. Like it didn't like.
Maybe you should start joining. You should come hang out with my friends. You might have more fun.
I probably would enjoy that. Even if I didn't sit at the table, I could just sit in the, somewhere else in the
like a
building.
creeper staring at us.
No,
like,
not
across
staring
the room?
at you, but I could just go sit at the end of the bar and just chill and just think and do what I want to do. Well, I don't want to interrupt your girls' deal. They're not going to want a dude at the table.
Well, I mean, you're not just a dude, and you've been friends with most of these people as long as I have.
But maybe the first time I just go sit at the end of the bar.
That would be weird. I'm going to
really
just say that. Yes,
if I don't bother you,
if I accompanied you to an outing with your buddies, but I sat silently in the corner of the room.
Y'all go to a restaurant and you eat, and then you end up at a dive bar that I envy. Like I wish I was with that.
Well, we sat at the restaurant for 4 hours, so we made that into a bar as well.
Why don't you drop me off at the dive bar you're going to eventually end up at?
Well, I don't really know that. I don't really plan these events.
Yep.
So that's why it's fun, because there's no plans.
That's right.
It just develops the way it happens.
I'm not going. This is a bad idea. Let's. All
right. Well, let's work on planning you some joy.
Let's talk about FanDuel.
Okay.
All right. So this is not an ad because we do have a FanDuel partnership here at Dirty Mo Media, but similar to how excited I was when you wanted to get in fantasy football the other day, you were like, make me a FanDuel account. Mm-hmm. And it was for the Super Bowl. And I was like, damn, all right. She's like, I want to bet on the game. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
You bet on the Eagles to win. They won. You made,
Yeah, so I'm like, if I go to Vegas, I want to put it all on black. I'm not putting it all over the table. So I wanted a safe bet just to play
a win or lose.
Yeah.
And so you had a great experience, and then you were gifted $200 in bonus bets.
Yeah, so they gave me $200 in bonus bets for my small little winnings. They're like, okay, Amy, come on back.
Yeah.
And so I what do you call it? Ghosted.
They expire in 7 days.
So as soon as we get back from Daytona, I have like an hour, whatever, to do my bets. And so instead of trying to put too much thought into it, I basically just copied all of Tim's bets.
Yeah. Tim had a parlay.
Yeah, it's parlay.
And
I won 2 of the 3. And it was fun. I was really, really hoping that the hockey team would pull that last one off.
Yeah. We were a day ahead, so I didn't know they were going to bench all their players, and that was a bad luck for us. They still almost won, and they had half their players out. Yeah. But
I told Dale, I was telling him this yesterday, I stayed up to watch all 3 of the periods. I didn't watch the 4th one because I was tired. He's like, Amy, there are only 3. I was like, oh, well, then I saw the whole
thing. She's like, oh, man, I'm tired. 3rd period's over. Hopefully they win. I'm like, that's funny. The end of the game.
Yeah, Law and Order is on now, but that's fine.
Yeah, I didn't get that far. I didn't get into the commercials
Game's
yet.
over.
I'm like, well, clearly I was tired. Anyway, I have a FanDuel account, and I'm going to dabble, and I think it will be fun.
So
I'm going to learn a lot about sports that I've never heard of.
Travis gave me a hard time for making this type of a bet, but what I thought you should have done with your bonus bets, because I was sitting there, we were in Florida. You can't. There's no
right. You can't bet
when
you're in Florida. Yeah.
So we're out of the state, and I'm like, crap, we got to hurry home. And then the rain delay, and I'm like, we're not going to get to use your bonus bets. You're going to lose them $200. My idea was to basically just take the bonus bets and make a very easy, winnable bet to turn the $200 of fake money into like at least $150 to $200 real money.
Right.
Like just make a simple.
Put it in the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to. And you told him, which was like, gonna pay out $350 if you won, which is great, but it was not. It was a harder bet to win.
I know, but it wasn't my money, so it was just like
it's free money.
It's free money.
I like to play on a little money on the sports because you watched the hockey game that you would have never watched, right? And like Canada and USA play tonight, huge game.
Huge game.
How the NHL broke the secret code to making an all-star format exciting is a hell of a story.
Oh yeah,
hell
it's
of a story.
Incredible.
But like I'm more excited about the specific game that they're going to play tonight than any other game in the NHL will have all year, even the finals. So
you gonna bet on it?
I doubt it because it's such an even tough. I mean, I might put a little money on USA, but I like to bet like a sure thing.
Maybe I will, Tim's.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. If
We'll
you
see
do,
how that
then
goes.
I will because it'll make it fun that we're both invested in the same thing.
You're still invested. You're like sitting next to me on the couch. Like you're still kind of invested.
Yeah, but I'm telling you what, you wouldn't.
And then if I lose, you can be like, "Oh, I told you not to do
you
that."
wouldn't believe what $5 will do. You don't know, man. $5 on a game is a massive difference in investment, like in like how much you'll enjoy
Watching it.
I mean, it don't. I don't know. Maybe not everybody's the same way, but for me, I can bet a damn dollar.
I know, but what I'm saying is my $5 is still your $5. It's like
kinda. I mean, but this is my money's in my little account. Your money's in your little account. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
It brings up emotions that you didn't think you had towards hockey when you put $1 on it.
It don't matter how much you put in. I don't even bet big. I don't need to.
I know you don't.
I don't need to. I have as much fun, and it don't matter more. I mean, I actually hate when there's more money on the line. I don't enjoy that.
Right. It's not enjoyable to lose more money. So I get that.
Like, I want to bet when I'm okay losing, right? And I'm pretty cheap. You know that. Sorry, honey.
Frugal.
On certain things.
Yeah. It's situational. Situational frugalness.
What is this drinking while cooking dinner mess?
So I don't know. The internet has been feeding me all kinds of like weird memes. Some that speak directly to me, I feel like. And I saw a video this guy put together of somebody he was making a dirty martini, but putting it on ice. Like he was coming up with going to the moon or something. I'm like, well, no, you put it on ice, especially if you don't want it to be hot. Women, I mean, I do this every time I'm cooking dinner. I feel like Julia Child is to blame for this. You have a glass of wine or a cocktail as you're cooking dinner. It makes the whole process more enjoyable, makes me relax. It gives me something to do while I'm not stirring the pot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've put ice cubes in my dirty martini and not put it in a martini glass like 1,000 times. And so I just felt like, I don't know. Sometimes you see really, really cool stuff on the internet. Sometimes you see really, really weird stuff on the internet. And then sometimes it's just like, that's not your original thought. Why are we sharing that? So that was just kind of.
This is why I like beer. It's very simple.
Right. So if you saw somebody making a video about pouring it in a glass, would you be like, no, Sherlock?
Oh, they were trying to be like, hey, a new idea.
Yes.
I'd be like, what the where's the new idea part?
Yeah. That's basically what it was.
Really?
But
did you write it? Do you get like a urge to respond?
I did. I put it in my story. And I put the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, the person's not tagged. Like, they don't know. They don't see it. But
I do that too.
I had a lot of responses on that too. It was like, am I drinking lemonade or am I not? Who knows?
I see stuff on like Instagram, and I'll respond always if it's like, if I can be positive and helpful or whatever, or supportive. But sometimes you're like, you know, you're wanting to disagree, and I'm like, oh, I shouldn't respond.
Yeah, sometimes it's not worth messing with, but
like
sometimes
like,
it's just
really
sometimes you just can't help yourself too. And that's the kind of the moment I had.
Well, speaking of
weird stuff on the
internet, we have this kind of thing we wanted to do. This it's the best thing I saw on social media.
Yes.
Okay. What's yours?
Oh, well, mine I put in my story too. My phone feeds me some really fun stuff. Back to me being weird and maybe what I'm searching or just looking at. So I found this video from the Guinness World Records page. Yeah. And apparently it is a thing for people to limbo and roller skates. And so when you think of limbo, like you did as a kid, you did that like arching backwards, right? So this lady does it on her face, basically, on her belly. Like she's so close to the ground. It's between her and her half-inch of roller skate, and her face is turned sideways. So it's like the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Did you watch it?
Yeah, we're going to.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Like her boobs are driving.
I know.
around.
So that's the thing. Like, there's so many questions. Like, how did her boobs, her suit, not have any damage? Like, none. What sparks the thought to try to do that to begin with?
Yeah.
Like, how do you even attempt to get into that position from the very first time? Like, I don't understand. I couldn't stop watching it.
But it's a world record.
It's a world record she broke.
Maybe she broke her arm.
So she's not the only one doing this.
She's got to be. Look how she's holding her ankle.
I know. It's so bizarre.
Yes.
How this person is like inhuman.
Yeah. Pretty wild.
It is wild. I kind of got in a tailspin or a rabbit hole looking at the Guinness page after that. Yeah.
I saw one more that is kind of in line with this, more funnier than anything. Just a lady doing a base jump. She's just kind of strapped to this guy who does this for a living.
Is this her first time?
It's her first time, so let's take a listen.
Yes! Oh, I believe that. What's going through your head right now?
I feel like I should be more scared, but I feel completely safe with you.
Oh, I'm plenty scared for both of us.
She's just trying to talk herself into that.
I feel brave and confident. Grit and grace. Let's do this, mother.
I like it. Join me in counting at 3. Jump after you say 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, God.
Yeah!
Oh,
You did it, girl!
oh my God. Oh, my God.
Look at that.
I could never.
You did it. You made it look easy.
I did it.
You said people didn't think you'd do this.
I did
Yeah, she was
it.
totally terrified. She just would not admit it out loud. I mean, you know how you have those dreams where you're falling off of a building? Have you ever had those? She literally just did that in real life.
Yeah,
How do you get
was
yourself
fun to watch. Somebody go through that.
Would you ever do that?
Yeah, well,
I don't either. Like, how do you trust the parachute? How do you trust the guy? How do you trust all the things?
Oh well, I mean, I think if I'm in her phase of life, I'm doing it.
Okay.
Not now. My kids are too young. Our kids are too young. I need to I've got risk assessment right now. This is I'm
So no,
trying
we're not
to
doing it.
I'm just trying to
We're not base
survive.
jumping anytime soon.
I'm trying to survive for another decade, 2 decades without any major issues, and then we can start taking more risks.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, down the road. Once our kids, I'm like, yep, they're good. They got it. Once our kids start.
Then you're going to start just
Functioning.
doing all the extreme sports.
Then I will do like
Anything like that.
Like
Yeah.
feel like I'm base jumping. We're doing it. I'll be like, okay, I'm with you.
Word. I don't know if I'll base jump. I don't know if I'll have the guts to do that.
No.
Mm-mm.
Another thing that popped up that we were going to talk about, and I'm excited about this. So a friend of mine, he texted me the other day, and probably around 2014, he had lost his dad. But he texted me and another friend of mine, and he's like, hey, man, I just wanted to let y'all know I still got the voicemails y'all left me the day that my dad passed away.
Yeah.
And he took a screenshot of his phone where his voicemails are, and I was like, wow. I was like, dang, dude, that's awesome. And I was like, it was one of the moments where you're like, hey, you're a real friend. You too, bud. You're a real dude.
You really care.
Yeah. And so I told you that, and I was like, because I don't have any phone messages saved.
Yeah,
you said
I have.
You have a few.
I have a list of messages. The first one, the oldest one, is from you, and it's actually from Sean Brawley's phone because y'all were in Key West. But it's from January 16.
Hey, just calling and say, hey, there's your breakfast at Harpoon Harry's. I got the tenderloin Benedict. Ran through the phone voice last night. And that's about all the news I got. Everything's good. Hope you're well. Your mission. Talk to you later.
You said Brad threw up on the porch last night, and that's about all I got.
Oh, my gosh.
But yeah, I've saved some of those just in case I want to have your voice just directed at me saved.
Yeah. Oh, well, I like it.
Yeah, well,
You
should consider adopting that just in case.
I wish there's a bunch of
I feel like everybody should have at least a
there's
couple
a bunch
saved.
of voicemails I wish I had saved.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. What is this? Reveal what Amy whispered in Dale's ear.
Oh.
There's been a lot of that You listen to You Don't Judge, what we did 2 weeks ago. There's been a lot of questions about it on social media. So
and everybody wants to know the answer?
Everyone wants to know what you said.
Did y'all put that clip out?
No, it was just the end. They didn't put out. It was just me whispering.
Yeah,
you bent over me whispering.
You didn't put the clip out of me reacting? Oh, we did. Yeah.
But not what you didn't say.
Do you want to tell them what you did?
I mean, sure, I'll tell them. I use Dale's beard clippers to shave my bikini line, and I've been doing it for years. I have it on good merit that it's pretty common for women to do this.
How am I supposed to feel about this, guys?
It's.
I don't know what I'm supposed to think.
It's.
Am I supposed to be okay with it? Like I'm almost impressed, but.
Well, here's the thing: you didn't even know.
And
why should you?
What's that little scrape? That little thing?
Yeah. So you do lots of gross stuff.
What is
not
that thing?
That's gross. Like,
what is it? What is the thing?
So we have a silicone scrubber thing that's
for
your scalp. It's just supposed to massage your scalp and kind of clean your scalp. And I have that in the shower. I come in the other day and he's on the bench in the shower using it to clean the shower head tile thing on the ceiling. I'm like, are you cleaning the mold off the thing? And I put that on my head.
Calcium buildup in the shower heads. And
he wasn't going to tell me he was doing that, but I called him
to knock him out. And I'm up there like, yeah, getting all this out here.
Yeah,
you deserve that shower head getting good.
You deserve everything you get, Ralph.
Get that water pressure good.
Mm.
And she walks in, and I'm like, oh. She's like, you use that to do that? I'm like, so I got her another one for Christmas, put one in her stocking. This isn't, I feel like it's almost even.
I'm scared to use it, though. It sits in the shower just like the other one, so. As forgetful as this man is, I ain't trying it.
Yeah, which one do you use to clean the shower head? Yeah.
I don't think it's that big of a deal, but I was scared to say.
I'm over it now, man. The initial reaction, the initial time when I first heard it, I was like,
there was so much buildup because you were worried it was going to be way bigger than it was.
But it was still crazy.
Is it not? It's not crazy.
It was still significant.
I have learned that it's pretty common.
All right. Watch out, guys. Put your trimmers away.
Yeah, if you leave it on the counter and it's fully charged and ready to rip,
you better hide your trimmers.
You're setting yourselves up. It's your fault.
Hide your trimmers, guys. You don't know what's going on. What do you do? What else are you using? What do you do with my toothbrush?
I use your tools. I don't use your toothbrush. God. I don't share toothbrushes.
All right. Well, you might use it for something else I don't know about.
I might now.
Oh, goodness. All right.
What's this black 3-car update?
Oh yeah, I got that. So we had a little clip. I think it was on our Dirty Air Tuesday, and then we did some other stuff on social media. There was a gentleman that was a big fan of my dad's that owned one of his race cars that he raced in 1989, 1990, that he willed to me. And this man has passed away, and we got the notice that the car was willed to me and that it was coming. We've signed all the paperwork and done all the legal stuff, and the car showed up on Dad's
anniversary of
his death of all days, right? Coincidentally.
I thought that was amazing. I almost feel like when stuff like that happens, it's cosmic and totally
and so
something his dad is involved in.
I got a really great friend, a lot of friends at RCR, but Danny Lawrence, who I called and I said, hey, I'm going to try to figure out what the history is on this car. And I know that RCR has all that great information. They have it all stored away. They know exactly where this car would have raced. And I went and found the serial number, and at least stamped on the bar that goes behind the seat will be a serial number, and that serial number that I found is 381089, and I believe the 81089 is the date of manufacturing on the chassis, and the 3 obviously may represent the 3 car. And so they should be able to go into their archives and see and find that serial number and know where that car raced, pretty much every race it ran. There's a gentleman that took care of this car for the man who passed away, who also I'm going to call later today, and he should have some information, and we'll see if we can kind of take what he has and what RCR has and get a reasonable understanding of the history of the car.
Yeah.
And then, then I'll know. I'll probably print that all out, put it in the car, and that way we have it and understand.
What are you going to do with the car?
It's at the house.
It is.
It's in the Dirty Dome under a sheet of one of those plastic sheets.
Are you going to? Does it need to be fixed up?
It's just going to hang like it is.
It's just going to hang.
Yeah.
You won't bring it here, maybe.
It may swap out here. I got, I have this glass wall right here behind us.
Yeah.
And I put right now the 1980s, 79, 80 Monte Carlos. That'll probably sit there a couple years. And then maybe I'll bring the Lumina over here.
Cool.
I might have to redecal that Lumina because I think some of the stuff's incorrect.
That's what I mean. Like, does it need love?
Once I learn what I like to do is once I learn what race it ran, I'll get a photo of the car from that race, and then I will decal it exactly like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's probably not. And then we'll make, we'll clean up a couple rough things, but I ain't gonna mess with it much. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it looked like it was in really good shape.
Yeah, it's fine. I might make sure it runs, drive it around a little bit, do a lap around the house. We have that big loop driveway.
Do you take it down the hill?
I just wanted to update everybody kind of where that was.
Oh, the driveway, not the whole property.
Driveway.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep people in the loop on how that's going, or they'll ask if you don't.
Yeah.
They'll want to know.
It's a cool story.
Yeah.
I can't believe that someone kept that for so long and kept it in
Yes.
good shape and gave it to you.
I know. I'm excited. We've had 2 great things happen this year.
Yeah, there was another lady that passed away who was a foundation supporter in general, and she donated a pretty good amount of money to the foundation when she passed. That was really amazing.
Yes. All right, so let's move on to Ask Amy. All right, everybody. This is Amy and Dale for Bless Your Hardt on Thursday, and we're live on our Dirty Mo Media handles. Thank you for tuning in with us today. We've had a great conversation so far on the show around a lot of different things. Valentine's Day or the lack thereof.
Valentine's Day for 500. What is it?
Guess that ass. Amy joins FanDuel. Drinking while cooking. Saving voicemails. All kinds of fun stuff, and the fun's not over yet. We're going to talk about, some questions I guess y'all have posed on social media for Amy to answer, and then we have closing thoughts and a big surprise.
I get the surprise here?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope it's so good. Or I'm going to...
Yeah.
I don't know how to react to
All right.
this
We'll
at all, to
see.
be honest.
Big surprise for Amy. So let's get right to the questions.
All right. Well, Clark has our first question, and he wants you guys to settle this debate between his wife and himself. The person that controls the music when you're driving is the person that drives, not the passenger.
Agree.
So Dale would agree with that, but Dale controls the music no matter what environment we're in. So I feel like that's unfair. Here's the thing. If you want to control the music, I get to control the temperature in the car.
Great.
But Dale's always in control of the music. I don't know. That's hard. I thought maybe if you have to, who drives all the time? That's the thing. If the person in the driver's seat is always in the driver's seat, that's not fair. You have to take turns.
So, oh man, I have to get this out.
Get what out? Do it.
So
be turning the music down?
oh gosh. So,
Listen, we don't have to rage.
man, I'm not raging. So
It makes me rage.
I know. We're driving down the road. This is something just I know that I just had to get used to. And I still don't have it mastered. But we'll be driving down the road and I'll have the music, and I mean it's just playing a normal volume.
That's a relative term.
But there's kids in the back, their iPads and all kinds of noise and there's just things, right? And traffic might be getting a little annoying, whatever. But Amy will just casually reach over and just turn it down. And
I casually, calmly,
and I'm like,
respectfully, politely just turn the music down so I don't lose my mind.
I'm like,
I'm overstimulated by that point. That's why
know.
I do it.
But there's
And if I ask you, you're going to go, ugh.
No.
Anyway.
It's just you turn it down, and I'm like, all right, I guess that's what we're doing.
That's right. That's what we're doing.
Sitting here, I got 3 hours to drive, and the music's barely audible.
Half the time when we take that car ride, I drive, and you still play the music.
Well, you don't. I mean, you can. If you take over, play it.
Okay.
So, what I do before Amy gets in the car is I get in there and I take I fade everything all the way over to the left front speaker on the dash, so that it's good and loud, but it'll be low for her.
That's interesting. I've never heard
We're
that
sitting
before.
close enough where it's not that different. You know,
I'm like,
you're
you
not in
know
a
what?
time capsule by
If you're
yourself.
gonna turn it down, I still can get what I'm looking for here on, because I got literally just this speaker right here playing.
Yeah.
And there was one time, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, I got in the car and put on some headphones. She didn't like that at all.
Really?
I mean, how rude is that? How rude is that?
Yeah,
I'm
that is
I'm
pretty rude.
so worried about my music experience here that I'm not even going to acknowledge anybody else in the car. Forget the fact that there's kids in here that might need some help. I'm here. This is what I'm doing.
When Amy's overstimulated, she wants to turn the music down. When I'm overstimulated, I need it louder.
I don't know if we answered our guest's question.
Yeah, Clark, I hope that helps.
I don't know. Maybe rock, paper, scissors it, and then that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
All right, what's our next
staying on
question?
music, our next question is, if one song played every time you entered a room, kind of like a wrestler's entrance, what song would you pick?
Eminence Front.
Yeah, that's Dale's funeral song,
Eminence
too.
Front
Really?
is my funeral song. So like the intro to Eminence Front, that would apply in pretty much any and every scenario.
You wouldn't get tired of it at all?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
It's
Have you ever heard it?
No,
the beginning is more of
I have to.
just instruments before he starts singing.
Oh man, hype.
A hype song is what I
It
would
is.
check too.
It's a good hype song. It's a
Eminence
vintage
Front
hype song.
would apply to any scenario.
I have to get a listen. I'm sorry, I haven't listened to it.
Hype,
I'll send it to
funeral,
you.
the worst day of your life.
Really?
Any scenario.
How can it
best.
be your funeral and the best day
It
of your
could
life?
do all of it. It's a wide ranging. It can apply.
Really?
Oh my gosh, man! Eminence Front. The intro to that. I'm hearing it in my head. It's an.
Yeah, I am
it's-
too. I
it's
don't
what's
really have a song, to be honest.
No.
I
But-
think if you could figure out a way to like loop Eminence Front, just the instrumental, I would probably be able to walk around for the rest of my life with that playing lightly in the background.
Really? Is
And
it?
I would step to the music. Oh my gosh! And I would kill everything. I would kick ass. at
Well, somebody
everything.
get this man a little speaker to carry around.
You ever
It's a
walk
little
down?
speaker.
On a
You
loop.
walk down the street and you like have a song playing in
Yeah.
your head and you kind of move
Yeah.
to it. Is that kind of the same thing?
Oh my god!
I don't have one. What would you play for me?
A what?
Like, what song you think applies to me? Because I don't really have like a theme song that I feel you're judging. Like, you're looking at me judging, trying to come up with something.
The Titanic song.
The Celine-
The Titanic song?
Yeah.
Celine Dion?
Yeah, any Celine Dion song.
Why? Why?
Because you like that name.
Yeah, I wanted to name Isla
wanted to
Celine,
name our
but it
child
wasn't about
Celine.
Celine Dion. It was
I
just
know.
because it was a pretty unique name.
You asked me to just choose a song out of thin air. I just did.
Well, your song sucks. That can't play
What
every
about The
time I
Last
walk
Date?
into the room. The Last Date?
Our song.
That's our song. That's
Yeah.
not my song.
Okay. Well,
I don't really have one, but his is good.
you don't
that is
have
good.
one.
Mm-mm.
Well, come on. You have a favorite song? Because Eminence Front's probably my favorite song.
All right, mine Smells Like Teen Spirit then,
There you go. Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't see that coming.
which Post Malone did
That's the thing about her.
with the Nirvana crew
Yeah.
at the SNL thing, which I watched over and over again. It was so good. Did you watch it? I thought I sent you the clip.
I saw it. It was good.
Oh, it's good.
It's good. But damn, nothing beats the original.
I know. Well, we
Yeah,
aren't getting that
I
back,
know,
so like,
I
let's
know.
enjoy what we got.
I get,
He did a good job, I thought.
He did. It's just. I think it's just good to see
I
them all together.
Agreed. I loved watching how excited
Happy,
Dave was.
everybody
Like,
happy to do it. Right?
Yes.
They're not. Their emotions are not too heavy to have
Yeah.
to so they can get up there and have fun.
yeah, that song always lights me up though. Like, it gives me real
That's the
feelings.
thing about Amy is,
every
like,
single time I hear it.
Amy hates my pop punk, most of it.
I hate the term pop punk too, by the way. Let's
All
just
right, well, let's call whatever you want to call it. Call it whatever you want. I'll start calling it that. She doesn't like most of the music I like, but then there's these little outliers, like
Well, I grew up in like the '90s. That was my teen years.
No, but I can't help. Hate this chair. I know, I hate it.
You should just put your mic turned up like this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring my own chair, but no, I had a song. One of my walkout songs for Bristol was Sum 41, and it was I think it was called "Screaming Bloody Murder" or something like that. But it's a fast.
Yeah,
And she's like, "Hey man, I like that one."
I
I'm
really
like,
like that song.
she's
I've always
like,
liked Sum 41 though too.
Yeah, but I mean, there's these moments where, man, if I could just make like
I also like Barry Manilow. You know what I mean? Like,
I know, but I wish I knew every like hardcore song that you actually like.
All
And
Metallica.
I would make that playlist.
I like Metallica. Enter Sandman's
I would
always
make
good.
that playlist and be like, I know I can play these songs and not get the radio turned down ever on the way to the beach.
Honey, nothing's ever consistent with
Yeah.
me. I'm just going
I
to be
know.
in my emotions.
Mhm.
Some days I'm with you, and some days I'm just sweating in the passenger seat, waiting to get there.
All right.
All right, well, this is kind of a music themed Ask Amy. What did you guys think of the Super Bowl halftime show with Kendrick Lamar?
I liked it.
Loved it.
I've been
Loved
listening
the,
to
so for me,
Kendrick on the
yeah, Dale has been listening to that on
around.
repeat. To be honest,
Yeah.
I don't really truly remember the song, and it's what neither here nor there.
Yeah.
I thought the performance was great. I loved watching Serena get out there and dance. And she looks really good too, by the way. And I loved Kendrick's jeans. Dale made a comment about the bootcut jeans because
Yeah.
he used to rock those.
I still do.
And
I mean, I still have some.
they're not
like I've been like these pants that I'm wearing now. I think these things are like a decade old.
You like a relaxed fit. You
Yeah.
have some that are a little bit bigger in the legs that
Yeah.
I think look a little sloppy. So like I don't
I
like to
haven't
wear them very
bought a
often.
new
but
pair of jeans in a long time.
no. Well, you save them too. Like he's got stacks. If he fluctuates in his weight, he's got a stack of 32s, he's got a stack of 33s and 34s, and he just like shuffles them out.
So I love the. Thanks for telling everybody my waistline. I love the. I
knows
love the
which one you're in?
70s, and
Yeah.
I love the our favorite two cars that we have is the 77 Olds Cutlass and the 76 Laguna, and I loved NASCAR in the 70s. I love the shape of cars, production cars. I loved style and bell bottoms. I thought bell bottoms. I've always thought bell bottoms
They're
are
very
just
cool.
really cool,
Yeah.
right? And you wear that sometimes. You have some pants that'll just like hide your entire shoe.
Yeah.
And
I feel like I look taller. I mean,
Yeah.
I am taller because my platforms are giant underneath there.
and probably 20 years ago they were kind of in, and we were all kind of wearing a version of a bell bottom in a sense, like just a big wide pant, right?
Yeah.
And so he's out there walking on stage during that halftime. And I'm like, Amy, are they back?
I know this
is he
is
like
about the
literally?
music, but like, look at his jeans.
I know.
Yeah.
Is he literally like bringing bell bottoms back right now? Is this
Yes.
happening right as we're watching the show? The bell bottom. Everybody's gonna be walking around
That's
in bell
exactly what
bottoms
he
for
said.
the
He's
next
like,
2 years.
the bell bottom thing, the flares are coming back. He's like, I'm so excited. In that moment, we haven't even gotten 30 seconds into the song. And there's been so much on Instagram and all the things about these jeans. They're women's jeans. They're made by a
Oh.
company called Celine,
Oh,
and they're $1,300 jeans.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're sold out.
well, I won't be buying.
I know you're
them.
not going to buy them anyway, but I thought all of those points were very
I
interesting.
like bell bottom jeans, man.
I don't know why any pair
I
of
don't
jeans
know
would cost
why they
$1,300.
left. I don't know why people quit wearing them.
Well-
I don't like that tapered tight stuff where you damn socks showing and I don't
The
love.
joggers. You don't like the joggers?
I don't understand. Like,
No, he doesn't wear a jogger
No.
ever.
dude, when I go get pants hemmed like a suit or slack, I'm like, give me a little extra down there.
Yeah, they
I don't
always want to like
Like the
take them a
baggy.
little
Sit
shorter
down.
than
I don't
he's-
want like half of my shin out. What is that? What is it?
I don't know that either. That's weird.
I don't get that.
It's like capris.
It's a little too far sometimes. but-
Guys will be sitting around and like totally comfortable. I'm like, that looks uncomfortable as hell. Like your pants are riding up in your crotch and it just looks uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm like, so
Listen-
I don't understand wearing jeans like that too that are just completely tight all the way. My calves are really big anyways
Yeah.
for some reason. Just weird.
Maybe that's what
odd,
it's about. You like a
giant calf.
flare because your calves have room.
Yeah, dude, if I put on a pair of slacks and they're grabbing my calves,
He's
I'm
fussy.
I'm fussy.
He's pissed we're going
I'm
anywhere.
pissed. And I can't wash my slacks as soon as I put them in the dry cleaner or get them clean.
They
They
tighten
shrink.
up.
They're on my calf muscle.
That sucks.
Ouch.
There's really no fix.
There's no fix. I feel like we just answered this next question.
Flared
then.
slacks.
Flared slacks. Yes.
But the next question was, what's one fashion trend you wish to that would return or go away? I feel like you kind of just answered the bell bottoms though.
Yeah,
bottoms,
we
yeah.
wish we like the bigger jeans. I wish that wearing your bra as a shirt would go away.
Is that
I've
is
seen
that
a
a
lot
thing?
of that lately.
Yeah.
And apparently the low rise jean thing,
Wait, you're
which was
wearing just the bra? People are just walking around just bras
just
all
like
on?
with your undergarments, basically. Yeah.
no jacket,
No shirt.
no
Uh-uh.
shirt.
Where's that?
Wait, sorry,
I'm sorry.
I haven't-
how have you not noticed
I
that?
hadn't seen this.
Where is this happening?
It's acceptable, and
Apparently.
it is happening where people walk around wearing only a bra.
Yeah.
From the waist up.
I mean, it doesn't look like your standard underwire cup bra,
Oh.
but it's like a bralette thing or something like tiny.
Dang. That's wild.
That and like the booty shorts where like you can see a girl's butt crease hanging out of her shorts. Like that needs to go away before Isla gets old enough to start wearing that, or I'm going to lose. Like we're going to have World War III in my house because she's not going outside like that. But yeah, the low rise is apparently coming back like when I was in college, which was obscene. Like the zipper was like 1.5 inches long. Obscene.
Yeah.
I remember going home for Thanksgiving. My dad's like, "Will you put some clothes on?"
Yeah.
What? That's not pants.
Yeah.
So
A big thing now is that with guys wearing these hats that have the logo upside down and backwards. Have you seen those, Dale?
No.
I have one.
You do?
Yeah.
I like them, but a lot of people are very upset about that. They want
Why?
to go away. They think it's stupid. I gotta like.
Well, so I feel like that's for a selfie thing. Like it's the right way when you look in the mirror with your selfie, right?
It was somebody wore it. It was like a new style now, and now like the older generation is like, these are stupid.
To
Upside
be fair, I
down.
haven't worn mine out of the house, so I have one, but I haven't worn it. Yeah, I don't know.
Let me ask you this question. You get to choose only one decade, and that is the style for the rest of your life. Which decade are you choosing?
For me, maybe the 50s,
Oh,
60s.
Damn, you went back. I didn't
I mean,
experience that.
it's very feminine. Girls are wearing the dresses,
Yeah.
like more structured clothing. I feel like that looks good on everybody.
What about a decade you had lived in and experienced?
Then
I like the 80s.
the 80s was
Yeah.
wild. I like the 90s. I like the grunge thing, and
I like going on. You like the 90s and
Yeah.
grunge? Oh, yeah, that was pretty good. Flannels and
Yeah, we could live in the grunge phase.
ragged old pants and T-shirts. I like the 80s, and I try to find swim trunks like this with all the like
you
what do
found
they
them.
call them? Like just
Like
random,
the Saved by the Bell graphics.
yeah, random
Oh, yeah.
shapes and squares and
Yeah.
Paintbrush
triangles
strokes,
and the
but
bright
bright.
colors and
Yeah.
neons.
Is that 80s? Is that 80s style? The bright
Kind of
colors and
80s.
stuff?
Late 80s, early, yeah. Early
Golly,
90s. I
man.
don't know.
Nice, yeah.
The bright colors is what makes them think of the 80s. But like,
Yeah.
do you remember Jams? Have you ever heard of
Yes.
Jams?
No, I've
Old
never
school.
heard of
Basically like
Jams.
MC Hammer pants, but,
Oh,
but
okay.
bright colors.
Yeah.
And that kind of reminds you of that, I feel like. Right?
For sure.
Yeah.
As much as I love the 70s, the 80s were fun. Clothes in the 80s were fun. Hey, well, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Thanks for sending in your questions for Amy, and I hope you're enjoying Bless Your Hardt. This is episode 2. Episode 1 got great reviews, and we're very happy with all the comments. Keep bringing those to us. Keep helping us learn what you want us to share and what you'd like us to talk about. And don't miss this show because big surprise at the end for Amy. Leave us an Apple review. Tell us what you think about the new show, and leave us a comment on YouTube.
We actually have a Bless Your Hardt YouTube channel that just started as well.
Oh,
so
we
go
do?
subscribe
Make
to
sure.
that. Yes.
Yeah, if you want to be able to see some of the stuff that we're doing specifically with the show, I'm going to subscribe to that. So you can subscribe to our Bless Your Hardt YouTube and help us kind of cultivate, all the things we're going to be doing for this show. So it's a completely unique show compared to what I'm doing or what we're doing at Dirty Mo Media. It's a lot of fun. And thank you for everybody that commented and listened to the first episode. Thank you for continuing to stick with us. And we're gonna have so much fun with this. Don't forget about our merch store. Dirty Mo Media has launched a new e-commerce merch line. They have some awesome T-shirts, sweatshirts, hats from all of your favorite Dirty Mo Media podcasts. Visit shop.dirtymomedia.com to check out all the new stuff. We'll keep adding things. I've already got some cool ideas of some new stuff that we can continue to add. And leave us an Apple review and tell us what you think about our new show. You can leave us a comment on YouTube. Also, we have a brand new Bless Your Hardt YouTube page firing off that I think we all need to subscribe to. All right, see y'all next week.
Bye.